My name is JP Keenan. I'm a documentary studies and production student at Ithaca College. I like to shoot documentaries. I was doing a big project, multiple different videos for different departments in the World Bank. And the World Bank is an international development organization that works with developing countries in a variety of different areas. So I was working with one project in Ethiopia about equality of opportunity, specifically water and sanitation access in Ethiopia, and how that's a variable in determining the opportunities of one's life. And then I went to Indonesia, which was more of what my heart was. It was with the social development sector, and it was dealing with this program called social inclusion. I was to create, find different stories that highlighted the importance of social inclusion. I spoke with former sex workers, transgender community, indigenous populations, and gay activists as well. And kind of wanting two things. One, what is the most hurtful things that ever happened to you, however someone treated you, based on who you were. One really tough moment of discrimination. And then also, because these were people that were beneficiaries of a program that I was focusing on, how has this program of social inclusion benefited your life? And so they're like 2 or 3 minute videos that kind of talk about what it's like to be excluded from community, and then what the power of inclusion is, and building dignity to one's life. And luckily, I had the opportunity to do that because that's what they asked me to do, and I was like, this is fantastic. I'd love to do something like this. Far and away, the biggest challenge was that I was by myself. I kind of signed up for this job, and I knew that there was going to be a translator in Indonesia, but going there and just feeling like I have no one to really lean on, and I can't go back and reshoot. I have to get what I need here and now, and I only had a limited amount of days. So feeling that uneasiness about it's all like I have to do everything, and I have to produce this product, or they would have spent all this money to send me here, and to feel like a failure basically. It's like that pressure of trying to figure it out on my own was definitely a huge challenge. There was like a 2-day trip that I went to southern Ethiopia, and I went with someone who was like a guide, but he basically had been asked that day to go and take me to this location and then to be my translator, and so he was really not enthusiastic about this at all. Like basically he was babysitting this American with a camera to come in and film and ask these questions. So when I went there, I got all this pushback from him, and it was really challenging to get the footage that I needed when I went back. But in Indonesia, my other translator, she was so helpful. She was always asking, okay, bar none, what do you need exactly? And we will do whatever it takes to get this. And always being so helpful, and then later on offering to translate and just going above and beyond. I was like blown away by how helpful that person was. She was integral in making a really great video that I was really proud of. When I first took this job, there were a lot of questions that people had for me that they didn't really understand why I was doing this, and criticism to some extent. And what I learned from one of my professors is that we will always have criticism, but we can't let that paralyze our decision making. And even though I had a lot of pushback before I did this job, I didn't let it just stop me from going and jumping and doing it. Just because I stepped out and I took that jump. I think that was a big lesson that I learned. Stepping out of your comfort zone can have rewards that you would